The Centers for Disease Control held a rally in Atlanta yesterday. It was a show of support for the agency's ousted director and other departing leaders. The White House said CDC Director Susan Monarez had been fired for not being, quote, aligned with the president's agenda of making America healthy again. 4 other high-ranking officials have also left the CDC this week because they're unhappy with some of the decisions being made there. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder spoke with 2 of those officials.
What was the tipping point for both of you?
The tipping point probably was when Dr. Monarez was sent to D.C. to talk with the secretary about some of the changes she had proposed. We were concerned she might lose her job. We need a scientific leader at the agency, and without that, we knew that we couldn't continue.
I'm very concerned that the vaccine science and other science that CDC provides has been able to stay free of ideology. But with the changes that are happening at CDC, with the changes that are happening in the Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices, I don't think that that's going to be true for much longer.
You've both devoted your careers to public health. What is at stake here that made you walk away with no safety net, no parachute, no jobs lined up?
I think for us, this was really, we were sending out a bat signal. We thought that this was just the time to say, with the dismantling of public health, the loss of our chronic disease work, looking at the concerns we had around vaccines, we needed to stand together and try to do what we could to raise the alarm around public health in our country.
Some warn that your departures are leaving the country less safe, less prepared. How do you see the risks to public health right now?
The reason that I think we all made our decision to leave was because, CDC is being weaponized. Something is wrong in the U.S. with public health. You cannot dismantle it and expect it to function. Something is wrong when politics rules science and we're not able to have the best science, true gold standard, make sure that we're doing the right thing for the people that we serve. So by leaving, we are doing a great service to CDC in the country by raising a very loud alarm and a very big red flag. Now people have to do something about it.
Last night, HHS Secretary, that's Robert F. Kennedy Jr., sent a note to all CDC staff. He says the agency, quote, leads one of the most vital missions in our nation's government, protecting the American people from infectious disease. I want you to hear directly from me. This mission remains strong, and so does my full confidence in you. Dr. Celine Gounder joins us now. What else are you hearing from them about the morale? That was very powerful, what they were saying. Sending out a bat signal normally means big trouble. And he says that the last gentleman said, now we have to do something about it.
Yeah,
Scary.
Dr. Daskalakis. Look, they resigned with no backup plan. Okay, this is how desperate they are to send the signal that things are not all right. This is not normal, what is happening right now. And I think big picture, stepping back, in terms of morale at the CDC, you're dealing with pandemic burnout. Then you had what they're calling the first Red Wedding, in allusion to Game of Thrones, which was in April, when you had massive layoffs, 25% of the staff, and that included a lot of the center directors, Centers for Disease Control. So you already lost a lot of leaders during that time. Then on top of that, you had this shooting a couple weeks ago, which to me, it's been also surprising how many people are not even aware there was this big shooting at the CDC. Over 500 shell casings found on the ground. And so there's a lot of anger and frustration about the situation. A lot of the staff feel like the hostility is also being fueled by misinformation being spread by Secretary Kennedy. And they're also frustrated he has not been consulting them for their expertise. And I've heard much of the same, actually, from NIH staff.
So what do they want people to do? Listen, they've resigned in protest, but it sounds like they're trying to get a rallying cry for the American people to speak up, to say, Houston, we have a big, big problem.
They want the American people to understand this is not business as usual. Something is very, very wrong.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dr. Gounder. Appreciate it.